Good, happy Friday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Friday evening edition of Sports with Riley King. Let's get started right now with your Friday evening edition of Sports with Riley King. First up, the Boston Red Sox. They have a game tonight. Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees. They play tonight at 7:05 p.m. And you can watch tonight's game on MLB.TV. Let's go Boston Red Sox. Hopefully they can win tonight's game. Game time, 7:05 p.m. tonight. Boston Red Sox versus New York Yankees. Thousands of fans head to Loudoun for race weekend. Events planned for next 3 days. The Better 301 is set for Sunday. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Walmart, America's largest, is hiring. Earn $23.55 to $28.10 per hour plus benefits. Working at Walmart's Raymond Distribution Center. 50 full-time positions available. Apply today online or text DC to 240-240. Walk-ins welcomed.
It is race weekend at the Magic Mile in Loudoun, and a whole lot of people are going to be headed there, but there are events happening today and tomorrow as well. You can check out the schedule at nhms.com. The DOT says more than 36,000 fans and more than 13,000 vehicles are expected to head to Loudoun for the Cup Series race. Another face race fans are going to see at the Speedway is this guy. This is Dex, the Golden Doodle. He's a therapy dog that will be on site to bring some cheer to first responders working that race. He'll be at the events starting tomorrow. So say hello. Maybe even bring him a treat if you see him.
Okay, there you go. Race weekend, busy weekend in New Hampshire. Let's take a look at the archive footage. Drivers start their engines at New Hampshire Motor Speedway back in 1997. Let's take a look at this video right now.
Just is hiring. Earn $23.55 to $28.10 per hour plus benefits. Working at Walmart's Raymond Distribution Center. 50 full-time positions available. Apply today online or text DC to 240-240. Walk-ins welcomed.
Is it twice as nice? Second win of the year?
It's a really good race team. We were concerned about a letdown after Texas, and everybody downplayed and did a really good job.
Okay, there you go. If you want to see that video again, we will share a link with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page after this broadcast. Be sure to check it there. Hanover graduate in New England track history. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Jonathan Marshall.
Just is hiring. Earn $23.55 to $28.10 per hour plus benefits. Working at Walmart's Raymond Distribution Center. 50 full-time positions available. Apply today online or text DC to 240-240. Walk-ins welcomed.
The awards are nice, but what I really care about is the award that says first place.
Finishing first was commonplace for Pierce Singh this past track season. The recent Hanover grad won every 1,600-meter race, except for a sixth-place finish at the Nike Outdoor Nationals. Singh also lost just once in the 800. He's forever etched in New England track history, breaking the New England Interscholastic Meet and New Hampshire state record in the 1600 at 4:07:09.
When you stop thinking about times and more just think about, the sport of racing, you can just run a lot faster.
This tunnel vision on the track explains Singh's improbable journey to winning the state's Gatorade Track and Field Player of the Year.
It wasn't that remarkable as a younger runner for him to come along. Just in the last year, he's gone from a 4:40 miler to a 4:07.
No one would look at me and be like, oh, this kid's going to be really good his senior year.
The work to turn himself into an elite runner seems simple if you let Singh tell it.
I just kept running every day, and I built up like a good base. And then my junior year, I was pretty fit, and I had a very good track season compared to what I was before.
Singh stood out as a student as well. He had a 3.4 GPA, served on student council, was a leader of the environmental club, and volunteered with Hanover's middle school track team. The journey has been all about growth for Singh. Next, he'll see how far he can take it at Elon University.
Having more time to spend training and thinking about that, because I won't have all these other extracurriculars burdening me. So I'm excited about that, have more time, get better.
Shout out to Pierce Singh, this week's AllStar Athlete.
Okay, and there you go. University of New Hampshire introduces Allison Rich as the athletic director. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Hey, it's me, your skin. I crave being clear without you. Irritation. CeraVe Acne Cleanser. Benzoyl peroxide treats my acne, while 3 essential ceramides and CeraVe help restore my natural barrier so we can treat and heal. CeraVe Acne Foam and Cleanser.
Today marked a new era for UNH athletics as the school introduced its new director of athletics, Allison Rich, and the support was already there. She was welcomed in front of coaches, student athletes, and staff. Here's some video of her receiving her UNH football jersey, making it official. Now, what stands out with Rich is her experience in many roles across college athletics on different Division I levels. Rich comes to Durham with almost 3 decades in college sports administration. She comes over after 9 years at Princeton, her alma mater. She was the senior associate director of athletics and senior woman administrator. She also spent time at Florida State, Loyola University in Chicago, University of the Pacific, and Cal State Fullerton. Rich has served in many roles which will be needed in today's college sports landscape. Now, one thing alumni and fans should know is she plans on being engaged with the community. One of her quotes were, "We are the Granite States team and we are proud of it." Here's more from her introduction.
I go to a lot of games. Coming from a school with 38 sports, that's a lot of games, but I feel like that's what everybody's working toward, is being able to be there and watch the performance and watch the culmination of all of that hard work. So I will be around. People will see me. I'm going to get to know the student athletes, work very closely with our coaches.
Now, Rich also says this job in UNH is not a stepping stone, but a destination. It officially all begins July 25th. Reporting at Wildcat Stadium, Jonathan Marshall, News 9 Sport.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. We wish her the very best in the position. Former Patriot Jason McCourtney announces retirement from NFL. Let's take a listen to that video from Nesson Sports.
Out inside the PNC Win Sports Corner, one of the McCourty twins is calling it a career. After 13 seasons in the NFL, Jason McCourty has announced his retirement. Jason posted a touching video on Instagram that started off by being narrated by his children and his wife going through his career. About midway through the almost 8-minute video, Jason appears on screen and announces his retirement. Jason saying in part, quote, "I have far surpassed any and every expectation I set forth for myself back in 2009, and that's what I'm most proud of when I look back on my career." Jason went on to thank his family and says he can't wait to spend more time with his children and watch them grow. He thanked the Browns, Dolphins, Titans, and Patriots for the impact each team had on him, and he also thanked the fans who he says made the ride worth it. Jason got to share a Super Bowl win with his twin brother Devin and the Patriots in Super Bowl 53, becoming the first set of twins to play in and win a Super Bowl. He ends the video by saying that we will be hearing from him in the future. PNC Bank, helping to make banking easier.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Former Patriots player excited for Mac Jones's 2-year development. Let's take a listen to that video from Nesson Sports.
Chelsea Sherrod here inside the PNC Bank Sports Corner. The biggest jump for an NFL player, especially at the quarterback position, is from year 1 to year 2. All eyes will be on Mac Jones this season and how he's developed and literally transformed his body this offseason, including the eyes of a beloved former Patriot. Julian Edelman tweeted this: "First offseason for a second-year QB is where you find out who wants to put in the work and who doesn't. Excited for year 2 for the kid." And he tagged Mac Jones. As a rookie, Mac made 17 appearances for the Patriots. He finished the year throwing 22 touchdowns with 13 interceptions while completing 352 of 521 attempts and collecting 3,801 total yards. PNC Bank, helping to make banking easier.
Okay, and that does it for this evening edition of Sports with Riley King. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great evening. Good night and goodbye.